The 2011 Heritage Golf Report is brought to you by Belfair Plantation, Sarah Products Inc., Piggly Wiggly at Shelter Cove, South Carolina Parks and Recreation, and by the Rankin Center Sports Division.
Welcome to the Heritage Golf Report on WHHI-TV. I'm Allie McNair. It is Saturday. The weather forecast for the entire weekend is fantastic. We begin our program, as we always do, with the Director of Instruction at Palmetto Dunes, Doug Weaver. Doug, we're on the eve of the final round here at Harbortown Golf Links.
Right.
From your perspective, what does it take to truly make a winner at this golf tournament?
Well, number one, they have to be willing to overcome adversity. They have to have a little momentum, positive momentum going in their direction. And then they have to have the stats of saying, hey, I'm putting well, I'm driving well, I'm doing this well, so that they're not just going on emotion like I can win this, but they have that momentum that's carrying them over. And Luke Donald has it, Jim Furyk has it, Ian Poulter has it, Mark Wilson has it. They're all up there on the leaderboard, and they've been doing good things, and it's going to carry them over because they're going to hit adversity today. That tree branch that's overhanging the fairway, the wind that blew it over, and whichever one goes through that adversity, like Jim Furyk, he birdied 4 of the last 4 holes last year to win.
Doug, let's talk about some other past champions, Brian Gay, Boo Weekley.
Brian Gay had a tough hole yesterday, a 5 over on one hole. He went to sleep, little errors, but he recovered. He got 2 under after that. Boo Weekley's not playing his best, but he's probably going to hang in there, and who knows? He knows the grass. That's why he's won here twice. He's a Southeastern boy. He probably won't win, but he'll turn in a good scorecard.
How about Stuart Sink?
Stuart Sink's another one of those that overcame adversity. He's won here twice. Second time around, he didn't intentionally hit it into the waste bunker on 16. Everybody's like, what's he going to do? But he figured it out. He moved the pebble. He knocked it on the green, made his putt for birdie. So he knows how to win. Everybody we've mentioned today knows how to win.
Doug Weaver, it has been great having you on each night. Thank you so much for your perspective.
It has been a great week, hasn't it? And it's fun being out here. And don't forget the sunrise service, the Easter sunrise service at the 18th green tomorrow morning, Sunday, at the 18th green at Harbortown. No pass required. Just come on through the gate, find a place to park, and it'll be a player-led worship service. Kevin Streelman and Aaron Baddeley, and there'll be music, and they're giving away things as well. So it'll be a great morning.
We had a chance to talk to Hilton Head Island Mayor Drew Laughlin, who is just a fan today, not here in any official capacity, but he, as well as everyone who lives on Hilton Head Island, knows how crucial this tournament is to our region. Mayor, how many times have you actually attended the Heritage Golf Tournament?
Boy, I don't know. My first one was 1978, and I've hit most of them since then. Maybe not all of them, but most of them.
Can you talk about how important this tournament is to Hilton Head Island?
Well, you just can't exaggerate it. I mean, it's our coming out party for the season. It's what brings people from all over the state here that haven't seen each other maybe in a year. The community comes out, 1,000 volunteers work this thing. The nonprofits benefit. You just can't overstate the importance of this to the island.
How are you feeling? We're entering, the final day tomorrow without a sponsor being named to keep this tournament here next year. How are you feeling about things?
I'm feeling optimistic. I don't have any specific information I can give you, but I just feel like it's going to happen. I don't think this is going to be the last Heritage.
Yeah, we also hope it won't be as well. Speak, if you can, to the economic impact, though, that this tournament has in our area.
Well, the studies tell us that it's an $81 million approximately direct economic impact on our region, and I think that understates the importance of it. I think that as important as the economic impact is, this tournament is just far more significant to the island than just the money.
Do you have any official duties that you have to perform here today, or is this sheer enjoyment today?
No, not today. I'm just here to enjoy the golf.
Well, we want to thank you both for your time and hope you enjoy a great weekend.
Thank you.
The players in the Heritage Tournament face many challenges out on the Harbortown Golf Links. We spoke with one of the course professionals, Ben Smith, to find out about one of those challenges.
I'm on the right side of the third hole in a situation where we find many tour professionals at during the Heritage. For a player who's missed his tee shot to the right, he finds his ball on crushed sand and has many trees to deal with as he hits the shot out. What I'm going to do is show you how they avoid the trees and get back into play. As we come into the golf ball, we're going to place the ball back in our stance to keep it under the tree limbs. The other thing we're going to do is make a nice smooth swing on it. And that's how you do it.
By all accounts, the conditions at Harbortown Golf Links are fantastic. One of the people responsible for making sure that's so is PGA agronomist Bland Cooper.
The way we prepare greens for an event is, first of all, we want to introduce smoothness, and we do that through broadcast top dressing applications, through hand top dressing applications of little scars like you see an old cut plug here that we've gone around, and we'll take the next couple of days and be doing a lot of that. Then we'll start to work on texture, and we do that through a series of grooming and brushing with our mower, with our greens mowers. And then once we get texture to where we want it, then we start introducing speed. So it's kind of a three-step process that we just don't all of a sudden try to introduce speed at the very beginning, because we would end up with greens that weren't very consistent and not very smooth. So this is just one of the things that we do, a little small hands-on detail work that's involved in preparing a set of greens for a tournament. One of the other things that we do during advanced week, and of course Jonathan and his staff have been heavily involved in this also, is checking the sand depth in all of our bunkers. We want to make sure that we have a minimum of 3 inches of sand in all the floors, and we want to make sure we have no more than 1 to 2 inches of sand in all the faces. So what I'll spend a couple of days doing is I'll go around and I'll probe each bunker on 3-foot centers and make sure that we have that 3 inches. If we don't have that 3 inches of sand, then what we prefer to do is actually redistribute sand that was already in the bunker as opposed to introducing new sand. However, there are times that we have to introduce new sand. We prefer not to do that just because new sand is going to be softer, and we don't want to have a discrepancy in playing condition between the bunkers if at all possible. But that takes a good day and a half to get around and to do those things.
When we come back, a look at the many ways the community supports the Heritage Golf Tournament.
There's no question. If we get the tournament again next year, this is a very, very valuable donation we can make to the community.
The 2011 Heritage Golf Report is brought to you by Belfair Plantation, Sarah Products Inc., Piggly Wiggly at Shelter Cove, South Carolina Parks and Recreation, and by the Rankin Center Sports Division. The 2011 Heritage Golf Report is brought to you by Belfair Plantation, Sarah Products Inc., Piggly Wiggly at Shelter Cove, South Carolina Parks and Recreation, and by the Rankin Center Sports Division.
Expo Village sits right near the 9th hole at Harbortown Golf Links. President of WHHI-TV, John Byrne, stopped by and chatted with one of the exhibitors.
Continuing coverage here at the 2011 Heritage. We're at the USC B tent right here at Expo Village. We got Marilyn and Candace with us. And ladies, thank you for joining us. Obviously, a lot going on at USCB right now. We got growth, we got sports expanding. I don't even know where to begin. But let's talk first off about your student population growth. You're averaging about 10% growth a year. That's a really, really good number in an economy that's very difficult to go to school.
Yes, we've been very pleased that we've set that as a goal, and we've been able to achieve that goal each of the last 3 years.
Fantastic.
And we're now probably, what did we say, 1750 something full-time equivalent students. So we're very, very pleased with that.
Fantastic. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot. We were talking about a lot of the new sports teams that are coming on board. Women's soccer, softball.
Right.
We're in third year of the baseball team this spring. The Sand Sharks are becoming a household name, definitely in Beaufort County, but really around the region. Tell us about that.
They are, and that we're part of the NAIA conference. And you may have seen in the paper this week that the men were, I think they won their conference championship. And one of our girls on the girls' team, or women's team, excuse me, was the player of the day. And we're making a name in all the teams. We're attracting good athletes, and by the way, they're good students.
That's fantastic. Now, Candace, you came on board a few months ago. Tell us a little bit about your position and why you're so excited to be here.
Well, I'm the Director of Public Information, and I am so excited to be here because my job is fabulous because I get to tell all the good stories that are going on at USCB. And for instance, like our graduation, we have our first group of graduating nursing students that have a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. We also have our first group of studio art graduates, and we have a lot of exciting things going on right now.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, you can just feel the energy when anybody talks about USCB, and we just touched on a few things. There's a lot more to talk about, but unfortunately, we only have 2 minutes. But it's great to see you at the 2011 Heritage here at Expo Village. Come by, folks. They got plenty of information about what's going on, and if you're considering school, USCB is definitely one worth the look. It's on the rise big time.
It's not only businesses that have shown their support of the Heritage Golf Tournament. There are many individuals who have done so as well.
The Sea Pines Country Club Skybox really started last year. It was the first year. A lot of us were talking over the Thanksgiving holidays about the tournament and how we as a group can sponsor or participate in the Heritage Tournament more fully than we have in the past. Everybody likes to get together in a social environment. Everybody really enjoys golf, and especially at that level. So we started talking about going after a skybox, finding a way to get members into the skybox. And we found that we get 50 members supported the first year skybox on 16. It grew this year. And this year we've got a larger skybox. We're on 17. We've got 80 members with a waiting list.
There's no question. If we get the tournament again next year, this is a very, very valuable donation we can make to the community. It's good for the membership. They like doing it. And most importantly, the ticket holders think it's a great value. Without a sponsor, the importance of getting money raised for the charities is even greater. So we have added another event this year to try to improve it. And thanks to Jim Ferree, we have Rocco Mediate coming, and he's going to host a dinner here. And that's going to enable us to hopefully turn over a check this year of close to $40,000.
Well, it's been great this year. We've had what we're calling the private club Skybox on 16. It's 4 days. May River Club, Palmetto Bluff came on board along with Berkeley Hall and Kalawasi Island Club, which is fantastic. The Doctors for the Heritage, a group of doctors, 50 of them in the community, came together and did a weekend Skybox on 16. So that's the kind of support really that has been mustered in the community so far this year.
Paula Bethea, the executive director of the South Carolina Education Lottery, is a golf fan, and she is one of the many people gathered here at Harbortown Golf Links to enjoy the PGA Pro Tour event.
Big event, big year for the Heritage. We all know there's a lot of things going on, hopefully in a positive way. There's a lot of positive things happening at the lottery. Outside of the $2.5 billion you've raised in the last 5 years or 10 years for education, let's talk about how you carry that forward momentum-wise and what your strategic plan is for the next 5.
Thank you. It's always wonderful to be with y'all, and it's always wonderful to be here, and I hope we'll be here next year, same time and same place.
I think we will.
I think we will too. I feel good about it. I don't think you can let something this special go waste, so I feel good about it. But we at the lottery are happy to be here, and it's interesting what goes on in the world of education lottery. We've had to be very strategic about our sustainability, and that's what's important to us. What we can sustain to transfer to education in South Carolina. Excuse me. And the 2.5 is done. Now we have to look at the next 5 years, figure out how we can continue to transfer even more to the legislature for the underpinning of education in South Carolina. We're doing that by some general rebranding. Our message is more about the beneficiary, who benefits from what we do, than it is about selling tickets, because selling tickets is just part of the process. For us, what matters is what we can transfer to education in South Carolina. So we have a strategic plan around how we sustain ourselves and how we move forward, and how 5 years we can be talking about the other $2 billion we've transferred to education in South Carolina.
It's a remarkable number. We were talking about it yesterday. I don't know what that number is, but it's a lot, and it's helped a lot of kids. Just a tremendous effort you all put forth to make that happen, and there's no question it's going to continue to grow, because each and every day more and more people are becoming more familiar with the South Carolina Education Lottery.
Well, we've done almost 950,000 scholarships in the state of South Carolina since we started, and those are children who probably would not have been able to go to college otherwise. So we are proud of what we do. We're proud of the fact that we haven't had one question of impropriety or any question of anything that we have done wrong since we launched. That's very important.
It's been 5-star the whole way. Paula, thanks so much for joining us today, and everybody, what a tremendous weekend here at the 2011 Heritage. Come out and enjoy it with us.
The 2011 Heritage Golf Report is brought to you by Belfair Plantation, Sarah Products Inc., Piggly Wiggly at Shelter Cove, South Carolina Parks and Recreation, and by the Rankin Center Sports Division. The 2011 Heritage Golf Report is brought to you by Belfair Plantation, Sarah Products Inc., Piggly Wiggly at Shelter Cove, South Carolina Parks and Recreation, and by the Rankin Center Sports Division.
In addition to watching the pros at this PGA Tour event, no trip would be complete without a stop at the merchandise tent. Caroline, anyone that needs any kind of plaid is going to find it here, right?
Absolutely. We just got about anything you can imagine with plaid, especially for your tickets. If you want to hold your tickets, you got to get a plaid lanyard. They're really great. They're very helpful, just like what I have right here. In addition, we have an assortment of like headwear, apparel, towels. I've got a couple of small presentations that I have for y'all. One of them is this men's golf shirt. As you can see, it has the Heritage logo, as well as it has in the placket the plaid. In addition, we've got this men's vest as well, solid tartan plaid. It's the original one that they use at the Heritage. And lastly, no outfit is not complete with our men's knickers. So they've been very popular, and a lot of gentlemen have been buying them.
Really? So those are selling?
Yes, indeed. We've had to do some reorders on them.
All right, we're going to go see what's out there for women now, if we could.
Yes.
They don't want to be left out of the pole plaid motif. What do you have here?
What we did is we did the same thing. We kind of got this sourced overseas with one of our vendors, and we have this great, again, the original plaid of the tournament, and we've got sleeveless, we've got sleeve, and we're almost sold out of them, as well as we've got the women's version of the vest as well. So it's been very popular, and we're almost sold out on these as well. Well, no outfit's complete without an assortment of plaid headwear. We got just about everything. We've got plaid visors, plaid caps, any kind of style you want with our Heritage logo. So be sure to come to the Heritage tent and show me the money. These are loudmouth shorts that actually John Daly wore the other day. So,
Carolyn, thank you so much.
You got it. Look forward to seeing y'all.
So what is the impact of the Heritage Golf Tournament on Sea Pines and Hilton Head Island? Who would know better than Kerry Corbett?
The economic impact of this community is huge. It is huge, not only from what the Golf Channel does for us, what CBS does for us with the coverage. You can't put dollars and cents on that, what the notoriety, not only locally, but throughout the country and internationally. So it's an event that is ingrained in Hilton Head Island, and we look forward for it continuing forever. And we couldn't be more pleased with our field this year, and a great thanks to the players that are supporting the event, and all the spectators and sponsors that also are part of this wonderful heritage.
Everywhere that we've been and everyone that we've talked to has expressed their support and affection for the Heritage Tournament. Right now, we're going to let you listen to some of what they had to say.
I know it's a very special place. The course is fantastic, probably the best I've ever seen the greens. So, hopefully we can work something out.
To lose this event it would make me nauseous to lose this event. Even though hopefully I'll play 3 or 4 more years before I go to the other place. But I've played here every time I could. If I was hurt, the only time I didn't play is because I was hurt. But guys love it, and we love it here, and the people make it. In the golf course, it's all the whole ball of wax. Very rare event because it's kind of very intimate and you're close to, because it's not a big golf course, so everybody's right beside you. It's really cool.
Hopefully we can pick up a sponsor for this event because it's such a great event. It brings a lot of people in town, and it obviously helps the community as well, which is nice. So I'd like to see it back.
I'm just like every other fan. I just really hope that we can find somebody and move forward here for the long term. This is one of my favorite places to come, if not my favorite place to come. And I have the ability, or working with the tour, I've had the luxury of going to some nice places and working with some really nice people, but this is second to none down here.
That will do it for this edition of the Heritage Golf Report. I'm Allie McNair. For all of us at WHHI TV, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again next year in 2012 for the Heritage Golf Tournament.
The 2011 Heritage Golf Report is brought to you by Belfair Plantation, Sarah Products Inc., Piggly Wiggly at Shelter Cove, South Carolina Parks and Recreation, and by the Rankin Center Sports Division.